See, capitalism itself and the people who run capitalism, human death means nothing. Human slavery means nothing. Human sickness means nothing, only insofar as it might interfere with their bottom line profit numbers. Then it means something. Not a lot, but it means something. And they're trying to get to the point, they can't go back to slavery, at least not yet, which was the golden age for capitalism in American history. Slavery. Oh, my God. Oh, it was wonderful. Capitalism hasn't figured out a way to get back to slavery. So, they're trying to develop robotic workers. Love those robots, huh? Huh? But in the meantime, and to the capitalists, it's very mean time, they still have to deal with workers who are human. But the goddamn humans want to keep everything shut up, the vast majority in this country. They want to keep it closed. And that just can't be, because capitalism can't exist with that. And if it's a choice of capitalism and humanism, guess which one's going to win? Not the humanistic bullshit. Pshum! The capitalist truth. That's what's going to win. And that's what the investors, the capitalists, are worried about right now. So they pulled their money out of the market temporarily, which made the market drop. Oh, they'll come back in. Sell high, buy low. Very easy. Members of Congress, according to the New York Times, remain divided along partisan lines over how aggressively to pursue additional relief spending. Really? Divided over political lines? Partisan lines? No. With Democrats proposing sweeping new programs and Republicans voicing concern about the swelling federal budget deficit. Oh, it just keeps going up. You rotten fuckers, you right-wing Republican Christian goddamn morons. Fuck the deficit. You didn't say shit when George Bush and then Donald Trump ruined the fucking deficit with these enormous tax cuts for the wealthy. So fuck you, you Republican scum. Oh, you're worried about the budget deficit. Oh. Economic advisors to the Orange Ape have said that they are in a wait-and-see mode for now, they're in a wait-and-see mode for now on whether another fiscal package is needed. 20% of Americans are hungry. The unemployment rate is approaching 25%, and these filthy fuckers want to wait and see. You people are hungry out there, you people that are about to lose your house, your car, your furniture, you young people who, thanks to the bitch Betsy DeVos, you're about to have whatever you own for buying foreclosed on because your student loans, you're just going to have to wait. We capitalists are thinking this over. We're not sure exactly what we're going to do to fuck you, but we will come up with something. But right now, darn, we just can't put all the pieces together and figure out the new fuck you machine, but we're working on it. So everything's just going to have to wait. Just going to have to wait. Wait and see for now. What the capitalists are waiting for is to see how much the economy rebounds. They're going to rebound because states are lifting the restrictions on businesses, the ones that were shuttered because of, that fake disease shit that the Democrats cooked up, Okay, so 85, 90,000 people have died. Big fucking deal. That's like 2 years of the flu. Who cares? Who cares? Anyway, Jerome Powell and his central bank, the Federal Reserve, and his colleagues are stepping into their roles as economic experts and informal advisors to spur fiscal policymakers into action. And according to the New York Times, these experts say the recovery remains highly uncertain, and if the policy response proves inadequate, in other words, if the Republicans continue to say, no, we're worried about the budget deficit. No, we're not going to put money in the hands of people desperately. No, let them go bankrupt. No, let them go belly up. No, let them go hungry. If the policy responses prove inadequate, which is what I just berserkered about, the consequences, according to the experts, could be long-lasting and painful, painful. Mr. Powell said Wednesday, quote, while the economic response has been both timely and appropriately large, it may not be the final chapter, given that the path ahead is both highly uncertain and subject to significant downside risks. Since the answers are currently unknowable, policies will need to be ready to address a range of possible outcomes, end quote. Oh, well, if you're at home with your children and your car's been repossessed or is about to be, and your landlord is demanding you either pay up or get out, and you don't have food in the pantry, that sentence is very important to you, right? Let me give it to you again. Since the answers are currently unknowable, policies will need to be ready to address a range of possible outcomes. Eat that sentence if you're hungry. Use that sentence. I'm not busting up on Jerome Powell. He's the one that said it. I'm just saying, in the real world, that sentence is meaningless. To the capitalists, it has meaning and import. And it's profound. And it causes the S&P index to drop 2%. Mr. Powell pointed out that the burden often fell on the most disadvantaged. Who knew? Oh my God. And he said that a Fed survey set for release yesterday would show that almost 40% of people who were working in February and were members of households making less than $40,000 a year had lost their jobs by March. The bottom fourth. Powell warned of significant drawbacks if the current recession was drawn out. He said they range from lasting damage to the economy's productive capacity to avoidable household and business insolvencies that will weigh on growth for years to come. Powell also cautioned that long stretches of unemployment could erode worker skills and leave families struggling with huge debt loads. Powell said, quote, we ought to do what we can to avoid these outcomes, and that may require additional policy measures. Policy measures means Congress appropriating money for people who desperately need it. So what do you think is going to happen? Hey, truth seekers, while we're practicing safe social distancing, it's a great time to treat yourself with some seriously delicious, responsibly sourced coffee. Awaken to pleasure with River Moon Coffee. But don't take my word for it. Here are two recent reviews. Quote, we sell River Moon Coffee at Marine General Store, and I can't seem to keep up with customer demand. Not only is the coffee excellent, but the philosophy behind it, the careful sourcing and constant research to bring a quality product to customers, appeals to the hearts of our community. End quote. And here's one from a fellow Malloy listener. Quote, I love this coffee. I buy it in 5-pound bags. I especially love the Truth Seeker blend. End quote. Sounds like they're planning ahead for the apocalypse. Anyway, support a progressive small business that supports this program. Go to MikeMalloy.com and click on the River Moon Coffee link on the main page. You'll thank me later.